So the iPhone 18 Pro Max just leaked, and at first, it looks almost identical to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But once you put them side by side, something feels off. And that off feeling might actually be the biggest reason to upgrade. So let's get into it. So first up, the iPhone 18 Pro Max dummy has now been compared directly with the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and honestly, most people won't notice anything dramatic. It's slightly taller and wider. We're talking fractions of a millimeter here. You're not going to feel this in real life. But here's the part that actually matters. The phone itself hasn't really grown, but the camera has. And that's where things start to change. According to the latest measurements, the total thickness with the camera plateau goes from around 11.23 millimeters to 11.54 millimeters. That doesn't sound like a big deal. But when you include the actual lens bump, it jumps from 12.92 millimeters into 13.77 millimeters. Now that's noticeable. So yeah, the phone looks the same, but the camera definitely doesn't. And that's the catch. Because Apple isn't making the camera thicker for no reason. There's something going on here. The iPhone 18 Pro models are expected to get 3 major camera changes. And no, this isn't about more megapixels. Apple is still sticking to a triple 48 megapixel setup. So what's actually changing? First, variable aperture on the main camera. Right now, iPhones use a fixed aperture. The lens is always shooting wide open. But with variable aperture, the camera can physically control how much light enters the sensor. And that changes everything. You're no longer relying entirely on software. What you get real depth control and light control. Now to be clear, this isn't new. Samsung did this years ago with the Galaxy S9. Huawei still uses it. And you already know, Apple will market it as a revolutionary upgrade. We still don't know the exact aperture range yet, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But that's just one part of the story. Now here's where it gets interesting. Apple has already pushed zoom pretty far. So the next upgrade isn't about more zoom. It's about something better. In daylight, the telephoto shots are great, but in low light, it still feels behind. And that's exactly what this upgrade is about. The iPhone Pro models are finally getting a bigger aperture size this year, and that changes everything. A larger aperture means more light, cleaner shots, faster shutter speeds, and way better zoom performance at night. So instead of chasing numbers, Apple is fixing the weakness. Samsung already did the same thing with the S26 Ultra, and that's why this is actually a much bigger upgrade than it looks. But there's one more upgrade that might be even bigger. According to multiple reports, Samsung is developing a 3-layer stacked sensor for the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Basically, it separates the image capture process into different layers, which means less noise, faster processing, better responsiveness, and potentially high frame rate 8K video. We still don't know which camera gets it. My guess is the main sensor, but either way, this is a big deal. And if it's real, it's going to be the first time in years Apple is using a Samsung-made sensor. So when you put all of this together, the thicker camera finally makes sense. Now, the iPhone 18 Pro Max is also expected to get slightly thicker and heavier. And honestly, at this point, that's not even surprising anymore. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to land somewhere between 5,000 and 5,200 mAh. Now on paper, that doesn't sound like a huge jump. But here's what people miss. Apple has been consistently increasing battery capacity, while some competitors haven't really moved in years. And on top of that, the iPhone 18 Pro Max is getting the A20 Pro chip, Apple's first 2nm processor. And for the battery, that means better efficiency, better thermals, and better real-world battery life. So yeah, the number might not look crazy, but the experience probably will. Finally, the iPhone 18 Pro lineup is expected to come in 4 color options. And the interesting one here is dark cherry, Apple's new hero color. It's less playful than orange, but more premium for sure. The blue is getting lighter, and what some are calling black is actually more of a dark gray. So nothing too crazy, but definitely a cleaner, more refined look. But this might not even be Apple's biggest move, because the iPhone Fold is coming. But Apple is doing things differently. Click here to check it out in full detail. This is Techtics, and I'll see you there.